My name is Keyana Parker, and I'm a cancer survivor. My journey started August the 1st of 2016. And when that moment when the doctor told me I had breast cancer, for that moment, I just knew then I was in a fight. So it was time to go to war. Sitting back thinking about it and, just reminiscing on August the 1st of 2016, when I realized that, my life is going to be different. It's going to be a transition. So it was more like a new beginning and, new changes for me. So that's when life just become for me. I can say new Keyana. So I was in the shower. One night I was in the shower, and then I was doing the self-breast exam, and I do it every monthly. And when I felt the lump, I kept feeling. I said, okay, this is a little bit different. And it was in my right breast, so I turned around and checked my left breast. And when I realized that my right breast was a little bit bigger than my left breast, that's when I, immediately just went, just make an appointment and just talk to my doctor. So she gave me a test to go and get a mammogram. Well, let me take that back. I had to fight to get the mammogram because I was 36 years old. So, everybody knows that, having a breast exam, mammogram start at 40 years old in age. So the moment I got the mammogram and, the moment I got the results, that's when, I immediately had to see an oncologist. So I went to go see the oncologist. He basically just told me that I need to get them removed. Well, I went to go see my surgeon first, then I went to go see my oncologist. But my surgeon, she was the one that said immediately you need to go into either have a mastectomy or a double mastectomy, bilateral. But for me, it was so, the tumor, I had a tumor, and then as well I had it, the cancer. They found cancer in the tumor, and then also they found cancer behind the nipple. So basically, I had no choice but to get both of them removed. I mean, chances are, if I don't get both of them removed, then it would, my rate of to have the cancer again, reoccurrence, is really high. So I made a decision to get both of them removed. So I really didn't have a chance to even think about anything was going on with me. So my thought process it was like survivor mode. So I didn't think about anything. I just went on ahead, just made that choice to go ahead and get them removed. And once I got them removed, within, I would give myself some time to heal from the surgery and, through the process and everything. So I had to go back and meet my oncologist. So once I met my oncologist, then that's when they found out my margins were still positive. So that's when war started coming in, because I had to really go in into having, the chemo and radiation treatment. So I ended up doing chemo for 22 rounds of chemo and 3 months of radiation. Now for chemo, that's when I felt like it was just, that's when the fighting part, I thought the fighting part was over. I thought once I was removed both breasts, I graduated. I can move on with my life. But that I didn't realize that it was the beginning of my life when I had to enter into the treatments. So chemo, 22 rounds, was hard. It was hard. It was hard. It was reality. It was a moment. It was real. It was raw. It was painful. But after all of that, God was still in control. God just, He spoken at that moment and telling me, just trust in Him. And, I don't like to quit on anything, and you know, I just carry on. I carry on to survive. I did 22 rounds of chemo. Took a lot of medication, and it's kind of hard to explain about chemo because chemo can be tricky with different people and with people all together. But for me, I could just basically speak about me, how I felt. I actually didn't lose my appetite. I thought when I was going into the chemo that it was going to be bad for me, but for me, it was good because I was not by myself. I was surrounded with other people, even though it's kind of, you know, it probably don't make sense for people, you know, because other people are sick. But for me, it was love and support from them. That's what I received. And I was able to you know, just show them that they can, you know, just be motivated and continue to be strong. So we were just strong for each other, supporting each other. So I remember having, you know, the medication for me was really hard because the good medication they give you, you know, in the beginning before they give you the chemo, I was allergic to it, totally allergic to it. And then when the chemo, whenever I had to have it every time I have a treatment, I had to have it. So I had 22 rounds of radiation, reaction. So when I had the reaction, that's when, you know, like, God, where are you in this? You know, this is a moment, like, when this is going to end. So for me, I had to continue to keep fighting and to the end of it. So got through the, you know, the chemo, and I was able to just really look at it in a positive way because people around me, they looking at me and see how I react to things. So that's when I was building self-confidence, and then also, you know, just regaining my attitude, changing my attitude, changing the way I look at things. So I wanted to be positive. And the moment I started being positive, that's the moment I started becoming, you know, healing. So that was more of my healing process. So the radiation part was a hard for me because it was every day. But I got through it. But I gained friends. You know, I got something good out of it. Not just, you know, surviving it. That's the great thing. But also just meeting people and just, you know, really just learning other people's story. So the journey for me, for the treatment itself, was healing. That was the healing mode for me. And so I'm thinking everything is good. And, you know, and that's when I just really realized God is not done with me. And I said, okay, what's next? So I had another surgery after surgery till I ended up having 11 surgeries total. But through the surgeries, when things wasn't working, I had to go back to that space and say, what's missing? Well, what is it that I'm doing that is not right? Or what is, you know, I was just really going back in my mind, you know, just having that doubt feeling and the guilty feeling and just not good enough, you know, because I thought this is it. I've done what I'm supposed to do. But the moment I just really thought and realized, okay, God, you have another plan for me. So I have to continue to walk in your direction and just meet you in the middle. So once I got myself together, got my thoughts right, and start meeting him in the middle, that's when I had to truly honor him and just accept it, you know. So, you know, accepting it made me a better woman, made me a better person. And, you know, even though it was a sickness to people, I found the greatness in the sickness. So, you know, just look beyond the sickness, you know, and it changed my life. It changed me forever. And it's just a moment that you'll never forget. But I always look at it and think of it that I can be the example for people. God used me to show other people for, just encourage, love, motivation, just the support. So, I just felt like he wouldn't give it to me just to leave me. So I'm gonna continue to be that survivor and be that strength for other people, especially with people who not understanding and everything, what's happening to them. So my advice for people who is, going through it, keep going through it. You will see the light at the tunnel of the end. And my advice is that self-care. It's very important to have self-care. Be aware of your health. Just raise up the risk. Be your own advocate. You have to be your own leader. You have to trust in God. You have to be great. Tell yourself you're great in the middle of it. But when you feel like you lost, you'll get it back. When you feel like you're not a woman, you'll get it back. It's just be fabulous about it. And and having a relationship with your doctor having a relationship with God is totally what you need, because he will open up doors for you. He will show people for you. And for me, having a relationship with my doctors, it's important. It's important to meet them halfway, because you will know yourself. You'll know things about yourself. Do your research. Read medical records. Educate yourself about what's going on with you. And and then one thing most definitely is take your time. You got to take your time in the process. You got to take your time in your journey, because healing takes time. And in order for you to heal, you have to have that time with yourself. So I had to take time with myself. I had to be patient. I had to be, still. And when you reflect on life, and if you have a fast life, because I had a fast life, meaning that I did everything on the go. But he taught me how to be patient and be calm and be still. So it taught me just to really just have it strengthened my faith. It strengthened me, who I am, and motivate me to be better, to just do well in life. So I don't regret anything. I don't regret removing them, because I'm here today. I don't regret, just not giving up. I'm glad I didn't give up. So that's who I am. That's what I want to be. So